Max Verstappen's future is being called into question after what was quite possibly the most toxic start to the season for any reigning champion in Formula One history. And like a kid in custody, Verstappen is being fought over by Christian Horner and Toto Wolff, but it seems that one party's intentions are less pure. Red Bull's confidence in retaining Max Verstappen remains unshaken, brushing off Toto Wolff's persistent courting. Speculation over Verstappen's next move has reached fever pitch, sparked by a solidarity stand with Helmut Marko. The rumor mill churns with possibilities, but Red Bull stands firm in their conviction. Verstappen seems to be enjoying the attention from Wolff's bold public overtures, even as he remains loyal to Red Bull for the long haul. Wolff's strategic move to court the 26-year-old in the spotlight has raised eyebrows, with reported quotes capturing the Austrian's eagerness to woo Verstappen. He said, "A few months ago, I didn't expect that opportunity to be there at all. As Lewis's replacement, there is only a small group of drivers who are interesting for us. Among them are some drivers who are not going to make any rash decisions, nor will Max Verstappen decide where his future lies sometime in the next few weeks. At Red Bull, there is a certain situation. Therefore, Max will presumably also go to see how that situation develops. Max, Jos and I have talked about it, and everything has been pronounced. I think we have always had respect for each other, and Jos and I also have the same kind of humor. I think the most important thing is that we both don't like bullshit." Verstappen's take on the rumor deals a blow to Toto Wolff's aspirations. The Mercedes maestro, eyeing opportunities amid Red Bull's internal drama, pulled out all stops to woo the 26-year-old sensation to his side. Wolff faces a superstar-sized challenge in filling the void left by Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari move. With Verstappen as the golden ticket, Mercedes hopes to soften the blow of losing the 7-time champion and stay ahead in the commercial race. Wolff has been playing peacemaker behind the scenes, having hush-hush talks with both Verstappen and his daddy Jos to mend fences amid team rivalries. But the idea of a Verstappen-Mercedes alliance remains in the realm of rumors, with no official chats between Wolff and the Dutchman's camp. The looming specter of super advisor Helmut Marko's exit from Red Bull, the catalyst behind Verstappen's initial quitting threats, appears to have dissipated. A delicate ceasefire persists among the feuding factions in the team's internal clash. Despite Marko's failed bid to oust Horner, his close ties with Verstappen appear to safeguard his own position. Both camps find common ground in chasing a fourth consecutive F1 title for the Dutch Dynamo, forging a reluctant alliance for the greater racing glory. Horner's grip on power tightens, backed by the heavyweight support of Red Bull's top brass, including Charlemagne Vidia and CEOs Franz Watzlawick and Oliver Mintzlaff. However, a cloud of controversy looms as a female colleague's misconduct allegation continues to stir, with an appeal challenging the company's dismissal decision. Adding fuel to the fire, the complainant has taken her grievances to the FIA and is eyeing a legal battle at an employment tribunal if her appeal falls flat. Suspended for now, she harbors hopes of a comeback to the Red Bull racing fold, keeping the drama alive in the paddock. Whatever the case, Red Bull are preparing for a shock exit from their Flying Dutchman. Fernando Alonso is rumored to be gunning for a switch to Formula One adversaries Red Bull for the 2025 season. With his Aston Martin deal set to wrap up this year, the seasoned driver eyes thrilling opportunities elsewhere on the grid. Alonso, one of the trio of world champions on the grid, holds leverage to strike a lucrative deal with the team for a potential long-term stint. His stellar performances at 42 for Aston Martin didn't go unnoticed, spearheading their charge last season before development woes derailed their constructors' title bid. Red Bull receives a cautionary note from Christian Albers, advising against pairing Fernando Alonso with Max Verstappen in the RB21, suggesting Alonso be seen as a contingency for Verstappen rather than a teammate. Red Bull finds themselves navigating a tightrope in the driver market, with Sergio Perez's contract nearing its end and his performance under scrutiny. The looming shadow of Verstappen's potential Mercedes move adds spice to F1's gossip mill, raising the possibility of Red Bull needing not one, but possibly two new drivers for the upcoming championship. Red Bull has a wealth of choices for 2025, with the likes of double world champion Alonso reportedly in the mix. Former F1 driver turned pundit Ralf Schumacher reveals that Red Bull's Christian Horner is a staunch admirer of Alonso, adding intrigue to the team's driver deliberations. He said, "Apparently, there are big intentions in the background to bring Fernando Alonso into the cockpit next year to have another strong driver if Max Verstappen leaves the team." While a Verstappen-Alonso duo promises adrenaline-fueled clashes on the track, dubbed as a battle of F1 gladiators, former driver Christian Albers says that it's a spectacle for fans rather than a strategic win for Red Bull. "This is just an emergency plan from Horner in case Verstappen leaves," Albers said in the latest F1 podcast for The Telegraph. You absolutely cannot put the two side by side. That won't go well at all. Everyone can say Alonso has calmed down, but that really won't work out. Alonso is really not going to let himself be beaten in his last year of driving F1. He is never, never, never going to do that alongside Max Verstappen. If the Verstappen Mercedes rumor materializes into reality, the 44-year-old believes Alonso could be the ace up Red Bull's sleeve. Alonso can only be an option if Verstappen leaves. I can never see Alonso next to Verstappen. Alonso is not going to get crushed in the last year of his career. Gunter Steiner speculates that if Max Verstappen were to depart from Red Bull, Mercedes is his next stop. Steiner notes a recent calmness at Red Bull after tense moments in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Despite Red Bull's competitive car, Steiner suggests Verstappen's best bet might be to move. He told Sky Sports, "I think it has calmed down lately, what is going on there. So I think getting out of the contract would be not easy for him, but in the end, we don't have insight to the contract. But I think it's also a good team to be at this moment. So I think in Max's own interest, I think he likes the car there. He likes the team, so if there is not anything really disturbing him personally, I think he doesn't really want to move. You know, he's won so much with the team. The team gave him the opportunity in the beginning to get into Formula 1, so I think if they get the personal relationships going again, he will be staying." When asked about potential suitors like Mercedes or Aston Martin for the three-time world champion, the ex-Haas team boss hinted at a competitive market for Verstappen. With Verstappen's ties to Mercedes, a switch from Red Bull might open doors to a new racing chapter. "I think everyone in Formula 1 at the moment is interested in Max Verstappen. It's more like where he wants to go," Steiner said. "And you said the two candidates where potentially he could go. It could be Mercedes, which obviously has got a free seat because Lewis is going to Ferrari, but I mean Aston Martin as well as a possibility. But I think if Max goes somewhere, I guess he would go to Mercedes." As tensions simmered off track at Red Bull, Verstappen once raised doubts about his future with the team. However, with the recent cooling of dramas, the three-time world champion reassures that there's no longer a looming fear of his departure from Red Bull. Despite the calming situation at Red Bull, Mercedes Wolff hasn't backed down from declaring Verstappen as his top pick for 2025, succeeding Hamilton. But Jacques Villeneuve sees this move as a strategic ruffle of Red Bull's feathers rather than a genuine longing for Verstappen in the Mercedes lineup. He told the Express, "I can't imagine Toto Wolff wanting Max. The only way he would entertain the idea would just be to annoy Red Bull." Wolff acknowledges a potential roadblock in Mercedes' pursuit of Verstappen, the current level of their car's performance. While Verstappen and Red Bull bask in F1 glory, Mercedes' recent victory drought since their 2021 title duel raises concerns. Wolff recognizes the need for Mercedes to elevate their game to entice Verstappen, echoing Villeneuve's view that this could be more about needling Red Bull than genuine interest, saying, "I can't see him at Mercedes because they lost the championship to Red Bull and Max. It would definitely not be because he really wanted Max. It would be more to do with wanting to get at Red Bull." What do you think? Does Toto Wolff really want Max Verstappen on board, or is he just playing with the Dutchman's heart? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.